Yep, all 3 nodes are still online. I'm still getting geolocation and sensor reading data. I'm out here right now about 25 minutes outside of Edmonton, testing our mesh node setup, what we've got set up here. So even though the Starlink is hooked up with Wi-Fi, I was not accepting that on my phone, and neither was the node. Just gonna run another test while we're out here using the just the mesh node. So you can see back there is the truck, and I'm just gonna head into kind of this forested area a little bit, and we'll get out of visual range and I'll show you what we're gonna do. So I'm not like super far away. I'm probably a good 200 meters from where my vehicle was, and you can see on the phone I don't have any cell service and there's no Wi-Fi. I turned all of that off. So I'm gonna go into the Meshtastic app here. This is one of the chat sessions with the gateway node. So I'm just going to do another test here, test 2, and you'll see there's the input, and we already got a little check mark, which means it was received. My phone is connected via Bluetooth to my mesh node, and I sent that on my phone to this, and this sent a radio signal back to my truck to where that node is sitting. No Wi-Fi, no cell service, nothing like that. So I'm gonna continue to walk down here a little bit and see how far I go before I don't get a signal. Turned on my cell service. I am 451 meters from my truck, which is almost a straight shot through that bush. And I'll show you what's going on here. If we go to the Meshtastic app, I've been sending test signals every step of the way. So if we go to this one here, I want to direct message it. You can see the test signals, and I'll turn off my cell service. So you can see I've got no Wi-Fi, no cell. I've only got the Bluetooth on. Okay, I'm just going to put it down here. So yeah, I lost the connection. I lost the connection there for a minute. It might have been because I turned on my cell service, and maybe that somehow interrupts the node connection with the truck if it tries to go through cell or something. I'm gonna have to research that a bit, but I only had to walk back about 10 paces just to where those boards are. That's where I took the 451 meter reading. So I'm back here, and we'll do a test 13. So it's not going through as quickly. So that did not go through there. Let's go back. I'm gonna walk back here. Try test 13. Okay, so that went through walking here about 10 meters. So I'm not sure what the change was that allowed me to send a test back from that signpost to back to where I am right now. It could be just the battery is dying or lower in this, so it's not able to send or utilize enough power. I'm gonna have to analyze the network now just to see what might have done that, but we'll do a test 14. So it's taking a little bit longer to send than it did when I got here. Possibly something knocked off knocked it off. That did not send. So let's just see here. Okay, so it's sending for here for sure. I'm gonna walk back this way because I want to get to that. It'd be nice to say that I was successfully able to show 450 meter range, and that's with this antenna whip. And you have to remember too, the node at the truck has the standard short one. So if we were to put an whip antenna on that one, and maybe it's in the truck bed kind of tied to the battery, If I were to maybe put it up on the roof with a proper antenna, hold this one up, I'm very confident that we wouldn't be getting this signal degradation that we're getting, but we'll, let's just see here. Okay, we'll do 18. That went through. Okay, let's do this again. Let's do 19, because I dropped it. I need more hands. Yeah, there it goes. So yeah, we're getting the signal dipping in and out. So it, you know, I'm gonna go back through the, and this is the nice thing about these nodes, is you get this kind of data where you can go back and see, was it a power issue? Was it, you know, too much interference? If there's other radios operating in the area or any other kind of interference, that can cause a bit of an issue. But we're in a fairly populated area. I mean, there's not a lot of people around here, but there's, you know, there's some traffic up there. There's a lot of trucks that drive through here and things like that. There's some construction going on, so maybe there's some radio interference going on. But I would say, given that I'm getting a good signal at 451 meters, and I traversed through, you know, a fairly decent amount of trees, and this is what it looks like probably 400 meters to my vehicle. You can imagine now that if you set up some nodes, maybe if you set one up right about here, that's going to increase the signal and you're going to get some hops. Go back to the truck now and I'll show you the setup and what exactly is set up for this and some enhancements you can do to make this system even better. So I'll show you too while we're out here. Just turned the cell service back on, went back onto the HazardScape mesh node map, and you can see that the whole time it looks like, yep, all three nodes are still online. I'm still getting geolocation and sensor reading data to the website through the sensor at the truck, and I'll show you how that works. Okay, so we're back at the truck and I'll just show you what we've got set up here. So even though the Starlink is hooked up with Wi-Fi, I was not accepting that on my phone, and neither was the node. And then I've got the two nodes that were here stationary hooked up to a Blue Eddy battery, but they do accept rechargeable batteries. But this is the node that was receiving the messaging from my node through my phone and the Bluetooth. And what it was doing, it was relaying the message back and forth. So it would receive, and it would, if I were to text from this, it would transmit. But from my node and phone, that's what was receiving the text messages you saw there as the tests. So these two together, 451 meters worth of solid communications, and maybe a little bit more if I decided to go further. And then when I showed you the map, this is the wireless tracker. It's got the GPS antenna, it's got the environmental sensor, and I've just got it hooked up outside here. Just show you here what the wireless tracker looks like. So again, very rudimentary, but you can see here, even if you don't have a phone with you, you might be able to see it there. You've got the screen, it's got all the data and information on there. So you wouldn't even need to carry your phone. I could just throw this in a backpack and it would transmit and receive GPS, get that sensor data no matter where I'm at, because this is all just a test. Now, so what was actually happening was, you would have noticed on the map, you could see that this was online. That's because when I would send a message with this and it would signal this node is connected to the Starlink, and that's what's sending the information and data to my app. So I could also include on the app a messaging feature or a chat messaging feature where you could see those messages if I wanted. Now again, I have the luxury of having the Starlink and the battery out here because I was doing some other testing. but it was not needed for what I just did. And if I really wanted to, I could hook up this solar panel and that could charge the big Blue Eddy battery for forever. Some other things that I could do out here right now, I could grab another one like these I said and go stick it to, you know, a tree down the path or even across the river and set up a network so you could have just a Bluetooth text mesh node network communications system. The last part of this setup, I'll just show you if things go really wrong and we need to make, I need to make some adjustments. We've got this set up in the back of the truck where we can perform diagnostics, reprogram any of the nodes, or do some work on the app website and the map, or just have meetings with clients, which that's what I'm about to do right now. So yeah, we're pretty mobile communications, emergency management planning, disaster planning, ready for everything. That's the way you got to be in this business. If you're wanting to learn a bit more, please give us a follow.